name on the street.
The name on the street.
The name on the street of the Oswald State Correctional Facility.
Level 4.
Level 4. Oz is retro. Oz is retribution. You wanna punish a man? Separate him from his family. Separate him from himself. Cage him up with his own kind.
Sister Pete, this is Noel Ben from the Society for Prisoners' Rights.
Oh, hello.
Good to meet you, sister.
Come on in.
I asked Noel here to talk over the Lemuel Idzik case.
What's to talk about? He confessed to the murder of Omar White and was sentenced to death.
I think the case should be reviewed by the appeals court.
Why?
Idzik's lawyer slept through most of the trial, and the judge said nothing.
Justice by assembly line.
And Idzik made no protest.
The man's indifference to his own fate suggests some sort of mental instability. We'd like you to determine the extent.
Well, you know me. If there's a way to get somebody out of death row, I will find it.
I wanted Omar White to exterminate me. When he refused, I killed him, knowing I'd be sent here, that the state would do what Omar wouldn't.
So all of this is an elaborate way to commit suicide.
Could say that.
Is that why you killed Karim Saeed?
No. That was revenge.
Revenge? What did Karim Saeed do to you? Lemuel, clearly you have made a choice to die. Don't go to your grave without anyone understanding the reason. What did Karim do to you that was so terrible?
He bought me a cup of coffee at an outdoor cafe in Istanbul. That was before he converted to Islam. He was young, arrogant, brilliant. We had a casual conversation during which he told me about star doom, about nightfall, about how the universe would end. He was laughing about it. But his words cut into my heart. His words ravaged my soul. His words killed me.
And you killed him.
Bizarre, isn't it? How one man's chatty conversation, how one man's laughter can level someone else. When he walked away from that table, he probably forgot about what we discussed. He certainly forgot who I was. It was a moment, one of many for him. But for me, it was the most significant moment of my life. And I can't help think that by shooting Karim Saeed, I kept myself from doing something far worse.
The death sentence of Lemuel Idzik, convicted of killing a fellow inmate at the Oswald Correctional Facility, was overturned today. Idzik's original lawyer, Richard, acknowledged that not only had Idzik participated in his defense, but himself slept through the moment.
Come in. Come in. Listen. I know you want to die. The irony is, in M City, you probably will. Shanked, suffocated, OD'd. You know, I was remembering at Leo Glynn's funeral why I built this place. Well, I wanted to create a better life for these guys. It's because most likely they'll never have any other kind of life. I've heard all about your doomsday scenarios. The sun will cool, the planets will darken, man will become extinct. Well, I say, okay, so what? That won't happen for another 10 billion years or so. We're alive now. We live in the now. We have to grab the now with both hands. We have to move through the light, be warmed by the sun while we can.
And what about the darkness?
Shit, I don't know. I mean, someone or something set this whole thing spinning. I gotta believe that there's a reason that we live and a reason that we leave.
To believe is to live, Mr. McManus. Consider yourself lucky.
Some days, I do.
Here's a story, and it's true. Up in Vermont, an inmate was caught breaking into prison. He'd evidently slipped out of his work camp, went to a nearby convenience store, bought a case of beer and a carton of cigs, and then crawled back under the fence where he was arrested by the CEOs. The man was sentenced to 6 more months, and the poor motherfucker, he didn't even get to keep the beer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, raise your arms. Turn around. Look here.
Jackson Dave, welcome to Oz.
It's not my first visit, Warden.
I know.
Since being paroled, I've tried my best to keep other guys from making my mistake. You know, lecturing the kids and gangs and stuff.
I'm happy you're here to do the same. Younger prisoners look up to a big basketballer like you.
Well, I hope to hear what I have to say.
After you.
So, in conclusion, just ask you to use your time wisely and well. With any kind of luck, you can pull your life back together. And get the fuck out of Oz. All right? Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Hey, can I get an autograph?
Officer Brass, you still dancing down these halls?
Yep. Someone's ain't as lucky as you.
You know, I had nothing to do with that tendon being sliced.
I know. Hey, I bought season tickets to the Knights. I'll be at the arena every time you play.
Uh-huh.
Maybe after a game, I can come into the locker room, hang out, meet the other players.
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you something, Jackson. When you're out on the court playing, all those eyes on you, do you ever wonder
Wonder what?
who's out there? There's a lot of crazies in the world, man.
No, I'm not afraid.
Bro, you got huge Dundines. Nice to see you again.
All right, fellas.
Dave!
Sean, you threw me off my game. Sometimes I wonder if I wanted to play pro ball because I love the game so much, or because I wanted everyone to see how great I could shoot. Be adored by millions.
Money, women, the whole rigmarole, huh?
I don't care about the fringe benefits. I want to be famous. I want to die being some gimpy old guard at a half-assed prison. I don't want to disappear.
What can you do? You play the hand life deals you.
Sean, I know you did what you think is right about Morales. I want to tell you, I admire you. I always have. No hard feelings, huh?
Why do I feel like you're saying goodbye?
I am. I've decided. I'm quitting.
To do what?
Reshuffle the deck. Play a new hand.
This just in. Basketball star Jackson Bayhue was shot at this afternoon during practice at the arena. The assailant, David Brass, had been working as a guard at the Oswald facility. Bayhue served time at Oswald and says he barely knew Brass, so they did play opposite each other in a prison basketball game.
Here's a story, and it's true. The Oregon legislature passed a law authorizing the state DOC to charge inmates for costs associated with their imprisonment. We're talking such luxury items as medical care, administrative expenditures, room and board, which they estimate cost $65 a day or $25,000 a year per prisoner. Given that Oregon pays those incarcerated only $10.80 a week for work, you could end up leaving prison in debt and then be forced to commit a crime, in order to make restitution, which of course could lead you back to prison where you'd have to pay. I guess you'd call that a vicious circle. Give it up, boys.
I'm not real good at thanking people, and, but that thing that you organized the other day, all the guys banging on the glass before Cyril was supposed to be executed, that's pretty fucking cool. And, I'm grateful.
You are welcome. Though I'm not so sure my motivation was completely altruistic. I think maybe the reason I've been such a asshole to you is my own guilt. I see you in prison. Lord, I took your mom away from you. But if I hadn't, you might have lived a different kind of life.
Doubtful.
Your mother loves you deeply. can see you feel the same.
Her coming back to me, it's the greatest thing that's ever happened in my life.
Suzanne's a remarkable woman. Always was. Her spirit binds us, Ryan. I hope instead of enemies, we can become friends.
I almost had you airhold, or worse.
But you didn't. Why don't we start building from there?
You always did look good in gray.
What do you want, slut?
I assume you've heard that Cyril's latest appeal was denied.
Yeah. He fries on Sunday.
Seamus, I want you to visit him. I want you to tell Cyril how much you loved him.
You mean lie?
That's something you've always been good at.
And what do I get in return?
The peace of mind that your son went to his death with a little comfort.
I'll leave the hand-holding to you. You'll get no comfort from me.
Forget the beatings. Forget the verbal abuse growing up. Let's just focus on the electroshock therapy, shall we? Putting Cyril through
They
all
said
that
it was the
torture.
best
Oh, I am
treatment.
sure that was your concern.
Fuck you!
You know the saddest thing, Seamus, is that you had two wonderful sons, and you destroyed them both. When you die, when you're looking for a little comfort, there will be no one there who gives a shit.
Why don't you go suck off your nigger boyfriend?
Hey, yo, Dad, check it out. Look at that, huh? Look at me and my new best friend.
Don't use me to taunt your father.
Why not, man? You hate him as much as I do.
No, I never knew the man. I just heard the stories from your mom.
Yeah, well, she just got the abridged version. I got 35 years of gory details. Fucking asshole. What's that word called for when a son kills his father?
Patricide.
Yeah, patricide. Like the sound of that.
Hey, Skillinger.
Schillinger.
Sorry. I got a job. Needs to be done, and I got the cash to pay for it.
Yeah? What job?
Kill Joffrey in the Ama.
No, thanks.
I said I can pay.
Yeah. And I said, no. Why don't you get your boy Ryan to do the deed?
Come on, Skillinger.
Schillinger! Just move the fuck on. $7-card bill.
Hello there, brother man.
O'Reilly, I got no quarrel with you.
Oh, yes, you do.
Very
Guess she's not as quick as she used to be, huh, Dad?
Get the fuck away from me.
Hey, pal, I got no interest in changing your bedpan. I just thought you should know that tomorrow's Cyril's execution, and so far the courts refuse to step in.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't give a shit, do you?
I don't give a shit about anything I can't control.
Then you must not care about anything.
Will you get the fuck away from me?
Ryan,
Yo.
come here, please. Tell me you want to be an orderly to help people?
Not him.
Hey! Tomorrow, Cyril's gonna die, all right? You can trace back all the shit that's come down, and dear old fucking Dad is at the center.
Maybe so, but that still doesn't justify what you're plotting, Ryan. No more than it did when you had Cyril kill my husband. I watch you care for your brother. And you're so warm and so sweet with him. And then you get this look in your this dangerous, terrifying look. There are moments when I forgive you for what you've done. And others when I can't. And I want to forgive you, Ryan. Help me to do that. Promise me that no harm will come to your father. Please. Let's just both put the past in the past.
Here's a story, and it's true. Last year, United States Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia criticized the Catholic Church's opposition to the death penalty. He believes Catholic judges who don't support capital punishment should resign. And about Catholic himself, Scalia has not demanded judges who support the Church's stand on abortion should resign.
Well, Presty told me Dad got stabbed.
Don't worry about Dad.
Is he gonna be okay?
Dr. Nathan's taking good care of him.
I like Doctor Nathan.
Me too. Me too.
That man's taking notes again.
I told you. That's because this time you're gonna get that special ECT treatment.
Right. Finally.
Showtime. Any word from the lawyer?
see you, Ryan. See you.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Ryan. I wanna see Cyril. It's too late. I did the best I could for him. And you, growing up, I tried, but I never caught a break.
Nothing ever went my way, not one single time. The day that your sister died was the day I found out that Essie had cancer. I was scared.
You were afraid?
Yeah. I don't want to die. Don't leave me, Ryan. Please, son. I don't want to die alone. Please.
Don't worry. I don't want that to happen. I'm not going anywhere, Dad.
The fuck are you doing here?
Believe me, Vern, I wouldn't have come unless I absolutely had to.
How's the kike?
Irv's fine, sends his love. Dad's dying. Lung cancer. All those Chesterfields finally caught up with him. He goes in and out of consciousness, but when he's awake, he asks for you.
Horse shit.
You and I haven't been in the same room for 20-odd years, but I felt I should come, see if you had a message for the old man.
Message? I've hated him all my life.
Well, no reason to stop now. I have been corresponding with Carrie's folks in Montana, sending money for the baby. They mailed me pictures of Jill's first birthday. I thought you might like them.
Greta, what I did, shutting you out after your wedding, I had to.
And I despised you for decades. But now all I can say is shalom. Shalom, Vern.
Agent Taylor? Mr. Beecher, please sit down. How's it going?
Fine.
How's your daughter, Holly? You know, the reason I ask is one of the few joys of this job is reuniting kidnapped children with their parents.
She's adjusting, all things considered.
Must be tough on her, though. I mean, you out of prison one day, back inside the next. How'd you like another chance at being paroled? I can make it happen.
How?
If you cooperate with us, we'll see to it that this latest charge against you evaporates.
If this is about Keller murdering Bryce Tibbets...
That's a dead issue. But Keller did kill 2 other men, Byam Lewis and Mark Karachi. And Keller's got an ego. And I'm sure that at some point in your time together, you must have mentioned something.
You mean come out and admit his guilt? No, he's too sly for that.
But he suggested his complicity.
Yes.
Well, you see, that could be enough. If you and I figure out how to phrase it correctly.
Like you did with Jerry Heekin?
Heekin's a punk. But you're a former lawyer with children.
That Keller fucked up the ass.
You're back in Oz because of him. You testify, you go free. He dies.
What is it about Keller, Agent Taylor, that obsesses you?
I want justice for those murdered men.
Look, I may have been disbarred, but there's still enough lawyer in me to know that justice doesn't come through deceit by my rephrasing what Keller said.
He's guilty.
I know.
Freedom, Beecher. Tucking your little girl Holly in at night.
Oh, that's a nice touch.
What's that?
Making sure he saw us talking together.
Will you cooperate?
I have to think about it.
Well, don't take too long. Now that he's seen us chatting together, he'll start to sweat, wondering whether you're gonna give him up or not. To guarantee your silence, he might do something nasty.
So the little stroll wasn't to scare him, it was to scare me. Jesus, you cover every angle, don't you?
I try.
Now look, tonight's your big premiere, and Beecher's big finale. I got a little opening night present for you. Right before your fight scene, instead of handing you the prop knife, I'm gonna give you a real one. You get to stab that sucker right there on stage in front of everybody. And all we say is, hey, it was an accident. So if I tell Taylor what he wants to hear, I'll be home in a matter of weeks. Well, Keller heads back to death row, marking off the calendar.
And all you have to do is subvert the truth. The question is, can you live the rest of your life knowing it was built on a lie?
But it's not a lie exactly. I mean, Keller is guilty.
Yes, but it hasn't been proven. You're saying that he said something he didn't say is not proof. Tobias, we live in a nation of laws, some of which are inspired, and some of which are just lousy, but we can't abandon our moral code whenever it's convenient. Then we might as well just open all the gates of all the prisons.
I want to be with my children.
My dear Tobias, in all my years sitting across that desk, I have learned one thing.
Most people who come to me with a problem have already made up their minds how they'll proceed. They're just here hoping I'll agree with them, hoping I'll make them feel better. I can't do that with you.
I gotta go. Tonight's opening night of Macbeth. I have to get ready.
Miguel, are you okay?
Just a little opening night jitters. Cotton mouth.
Are you set?
Let's make theatrical history.
All right. You guys ready?
I am so excited I'm gonna bust my buttons.
Oh, don't do that. It's a wrench. All right, everybody. We've worked hard, so now's the time to have fun. So if you flub a line, just keep going. If you miss a cue, don't panic. I'm very proud of all of you. Break a leg.
Come on, let's go.
A good show, Beecher.
Miguel, dim the house lights. Good evening, and welcome to the premiere production of the Oswald Players. Before we begin, there are a few changes in the program. The second weird sister will be played by Reggie Rawls instead of Chico Guerra. Banquo will be played by Tom Smeating instead of Agamemnon Busmalis, and Norman Duttweiler will play King Duncan instead of Burr Redding. I would also like to say that Warden Leo Glenn was a great supporter of bringing the arts to Oz, and so we dedicate tonight's performance in his memory, and also to the memory of Cyril O'Reilly. Thank you.
When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly-burly's done. When the battle's lost and won.
That will be the set of sun. Where the place? Upon the heath.
There to meet with Macbeth.
Everlasting bonfire. Anon. I pray you, remember the border. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid
Miguel.
don't seem to have thee crowned before.
What is thy name?
Don't be afraid to hear it.
No, though thou callest thyself a hotter name than any is in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
Toby, I've got a plan already. Get Chillinger out of our life forever.
I don't want to hear it.
Toby.
Just give me my prop.
Thou wast born of woman, but swords I smile at. Weapons laughed to scorn, brandished by man that's of a woman born.
Turn. Hellhound, turn.
Of all men else, I have avoided thee. But get thee back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloodier villain than terms can give thee out.
Dr. Nathan! That motherfucker's dead.
As you know, we're investigating what happened on the stage, trying to determine whether Schillinger's death was accidental or intentional.
Chris Keller says he handed you the knife just before your entrance.
How did a real knife get on the prop table?
I don't know.
Suzanne Fitzgerald says there were no problems during the rehearsals.
Schillinger and Keller seemed very friendly. They were horsing around and stuff.
What about Beecher?
He seemed fine. Distant, but not in the least bit confrontational.
All of which jives with the statement you made immediately after you stabbed Schillinger. Do you have anything to add at this time?
No, sir.
Okay. We've decided to rule that Schillinger's death was accidental.
You're coming back, Damn City.
Thank you. Thank you.
What are you doing here? I asked Corns to transfer me back. I guess he convinced McManus. Even made us roomies.
No.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed, Chris.
I know, you got the top bunk just like before.
I mean, my feelings haven't changed. I'm gonna go to McManus, ask him to move me to another pod. Move me to Gen Pod.
Toby, goddammit.
Look, will you get it through your head? I don't want you in my life.
After everything I've done for you.
Yeah, like almost getting me sent to death row.
If it weren't for me, pal, you'd be in the morgue instead of Schillinger.
Maybe. But if you think I got any satisfaction out of killing him, you're wrong. You don't know me at all.
I don't know you. I know you're free of that Nazi fuck.
No, I'm not. No more free than I am of his two sons, or Metzger, or Kathy Rockwell.
Chris, after 6 years in this place, I'm not sure about anything anymore. Heaven, justice, truth. The only thing I believe in is life. Every life is precious. Not just yours or mine, but every single person on the planet who is breathing, their lives are precious. And the loss of a single life, even in Oz, is my loss too.
Well, that's bullshit. The only thing that matters is you and me.
I don't expect you to understand. You kill for sport.
I don't understand. I'm not the one who got here by accident, pal. I kill because I have to. I kill what stands in my way. Like the Aryans.
What? What about the Aryans?
I had no threat to us anymore. I took care of that.
How? How'd you take care of it?
Never mind. Kiss me.
Wait. Answer me this first, okay? I want you to be honest, okay? Did you purposely fuck up my parole?
Tell me I couldn't face the rest of my life living in here without you. Don't just say I did what I did out of love.
If you really love me, then leave me alone.
I can't.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I loved alcohol. I loved heroin. I had to put them behind me because they were poison. Death. You are death. Let me live. I can't. Motherfucker! Tommy, I love you. Beat it down! God is a funny fellow, sister. See, I decided this morning to cooperate with the FBI to help them convict Keller.
Oh.
And now, with Keller dead, that opportunity is gone. And with it, my chance for freedom. In fact, I may be facing the death penalty for Keller's murder.
You didn't push him, did you?
No.
Well, let's hope this time the truth works for you.
You know, he said he did what he did out of love.
Oh, love is used as an excuse for so many things.
No. He really did love me, sister.
Yes.
And I loved him. When God was designing the universe, why did he make something so wonderful, so fucking painful?
I think he thought we could handle it.
Richard, I want to move you back to Unit J. Concerned about the Aryans taking revenge on you for Shalina.
I said the same thing to Keller, and he said, don't worry, I've handled the Aryans.
What did he mean by that?
Hey, Adnauer, check it out. You got a package. No name? No return address?
What the fuck is this?
I don't know.
They're all dead?
Yes, plus 2 COs.
From what?
I'm not sure, but it could be any number of toxins or chemicals. I cordoned off the area, but I gotta tell you, this is way beyond my expertise.
What do we do?
Call the state bioterrorism unit and clear out the entire complex fast.
Proceed to level 1. Emergency evacuation. Proceed.
Where are we gonna take them?
To level
Beats
1.
the shit out of me. All I've been told is the move is temporary. We'll be back someday.
Let's go! Come on, let's go! People thought we'd never reopen Emerald City. I killed him. He was a good reverend to send it to you. Fuck you.
really need to get a job as a follow routines. We tell you when to sleep, when to eat, when to piss.
So, what have we learned? What's the lesson for today? For all the never-ending days and restless nights in Oz, that morality is transient, that virtue cannot exist without violence, that to be honest is to be flawed, that the giving and taking of love both debases and elevates us, that God or Allah or Yahweh has answers to questions we dare not even ask. The story is simple. A man lives in prison and dies. How he dies, that's easy. The who and the why is the complex part. The human part. The only part worth